Welcome,
Your
welcome.
show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
And we are
Blog
live,
Talk Radio.
live in Blog Talk Radio in January 2025. Are we excited or not? Yes, yes, yes. I'm so excited. Welcome, everybody, to Health and Wellbeing with Viata. I'm at my beach house today, as you can see, new background. And I am just blessed beyond measure to be here, especially, and to have had two sunrise SEX on the beach. That's SEX, spiritual exchange, energy exchange on the beach. So it was very orgasmic, believe me. So, welcome everybody. We are live in Blog Talk Radio. So, we want to welcome our global family. Blog Talk Radio will not be around after the end of this month. So, this is the last month for January on Blog Talk Radio. So, let me just give a shout out to all you beautiful souls all over the world because it's still a global platform for the next 29 days.
Blog Talk Radio. Women have the power to transform this world. We can end crime and violence if we all agree to do one thing: share. Let's share our wisdom, share our time, share our talents, share our finances, but most of all, let's share our love. This is the Female Solution. Join me, Naima Latif, every morning, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, as we bring you stimulating discussions about the issues affecting our lives. If you're listening online at www.blogtalkradio.com/the-female-solution, press the blue button that says follow and get our daily topics every morning directly to your email and your smartphone. Hi, I'm Naima Latif, Executive Producer of the Female Solution Radio Show. We invite you to call in 515-605-9325 and participate in this daily think tank as we examine the challenges we face and develop solutions that restore peace and harmony. We are global transformers, changing the world from the way it is to the way it should be. We are one. Wherever we live on this earth, we are one human family. On behalf of our team of radio hosts, I'd like to extend a greeting to all the members of our family, whenever and wherever you may be listening around the world. To our family in China, Ni Hao. In India, Namaste. In Japan, Konnichiwa. In Korea, Annyeonghaseyo. In Russia, Здравствуйте. In Germany, Guten Tag. In Poland, Dzień dobry. In France, Bonjour. In Spain, Hola. In Italy, Ciao. In Egypt, Ahlan wa sahlan. In Ghana, Akwaba. In Nigeria, Peleo. In South Africa, Sawubona. In Senegal, Nangadef. In Kenya, Jambo. In Israel, Shalom. In Pakistan, Afghanistan, Palestine, and Saudi Arabia, Assalamu alaikum. Greetings, and may peace be upon you all. Join us live on the on-air radio network called 727-731-5192. We want to talk to you.
Welcome, welcome once again. And we are live in Blog Talk today, and we will be broadcasting after January, all 100% on air everywhere. But today, call in to 515-605-9325 if you want to speak to me, us, this body. We want to hear from you. We want to hear from you in January. What's going on in your life so far? My life has been just incredible this week. The last 7 days have been a school of renewal. I'm going to call it renewal because the other day I was sitting outside with my friend and a hummingbird showed up. How many times have you seen a hummingbird in your life? Not very often, but guess what the message of the hummingbird, according to my book, Animal Speaks, which I carry with me all the time now, because animals bring messages just like numbers. Numbers are the language of the universe. Animals speak. So when we come back from my little intro to my tiny house village, I got to recognize my tiny house village on YouTube, Viata's Tiny House Village. You can view me there every show. I'm going to tell you what the meaning of the hummingbird is. So you're going to be so excited. But let's greet my YouTube family in my tiny. Yes, yes, yes. We have been on fire in the village because, it takes a village to raise a child. And many adults from 21 on up to 80, 90 are have a child's mind, child behavior. So the village is where my workstation, where I'm developing the tools, the therapies to help the children in my life from all ages. Okay. Because the hummingbird showed up this week, in fact, a couple of days ago, as I was sitting outside with my friend, and it was pollinating a hibiscus plant flower. So exciting in winter that we can enjoy that in Florida. Sorry, Northerners, but probably not seeing many hummingbirds and hibiscus flowers blooming, but that's okay. It's coming. It's coming. Don't worry. So I'm enjoying this moment with my friend. We're talking and enjoying the sun. We actually have sun in Florida too. Yay. Lots of sun. In fact, I got a little tan this week because I spent a couple hours in the morning, again, having SEX, spiritual energy exchange on the beach, bringing orgasmic life in this body. Yes, yes, yes. So the hummingbird says renewal time. Renewal time. So appropriate for me in these last 7 days as I'm helping a friend renew their health. That word is a prefix. I thought about it, and it means to refresh or afresh, renew, remind. So in this last week, it's been a renewal of mind, body, spirit, renewing your health. That's what this year should be about for all of us. Renew. That's the hummingbird. Remember the hummingbird this year. Renew your health. Renewing. And so I've been in for the last 7 days helping a friend to renew their mind, their health, and their habits, because this one tea that we're going to talk about, I'm recommending that all of you maybe put this in your cabinet just in case, or for preventive measures. This tea has been around since 1920s. Yes, the 1920s. This tea showed up in the life of a woman in Canada who was a Native American, I believe. She got it from a Native American. She got the recipe from a Native American in Canada, okay, for this tea that we're going to talk about today. So we want to bring your attention to this as a renewal agent. So that's what we're going to talk about today. But first, I haven't forgotten, we come here to roll some joints. And joint rolling is all about galactic activation portals. I'm studying with my synchronistic human school of enlightenment. And this group of conscious people that I've connected with are amazing, amazing, amazing. And of course, one of the things they're teaching me is about the galactic portals. Now, I've been rolling joints for years now, but I didn't really know about the galactic portals that we're opening up or renewing. Let's just say we're renewing everything today and going forward. Everything's being renewed, refreshed, renewed, body, everything. So these joints that we're rolling are portals, just like we realize the vagina is a portal for a seed of life to come in and create a new body, renewed body. These joint rolling activities are all about renewal, renewing our immune system, our lymphatic system, our circulation. Just in case your circulation hasn't been moving, we're here to renew it and get it moving again. And then finally, renew the muscle power in your joints. That's why we do joint rolling. So thank you for joining me, because collective building is the best. When we can bring the family together to build this temple, to build the village, that's the best. It's the more fun, the more conscious people we have working together, the more fun and actually the better it is. So let's get started with joint portal tone activation, I'm going to call it now, as we renew our whole body. And this music, I'm looking for new music, because the music for healing in 2025, it's not so much what I'm playing now. I'm going to share with you what I believe is music you should listen to frequently in 2025 if you want to renew the cells in your body. And it's been tested scientifically. This tea and this music we're going to talk about today has been tested and proven to not only kill those C cells that people get duplicating in their body, but it's also been tested to heal other parts of the body. So let's get busy. First of all, the neck joint is a resonant tone that we're going to activate or renew. The shoulders are rhythmic and galactic tones that we're going to renew. The elbows are overtone and solar tone galactic portals that we're going to renew. The wrists are self-existing planetary portals and tones. The hips are spectral electric tones we're going to renew. The knees are crystal lunar tones that we're going to renew. The ankles are magnetic cosmic portal tones. All of that. See, we're doing everything with purpose this year. We shouldn't do everything you do in 2025. Number nine is about birthing newness, birthing new baby, birthing new health, birthing something you haven't birthed before. Okay, every time a baby comes out, that's something new, right? So number 9 is the 2025 activation. So let's get busy activating and bringing newness to our body. Neck, chin to chest. Let's roll this big head around to Time for Healing by the Sounds of Blackness. I don't own the rights to this music, but they gave me permission to play it. So I'm playing it for educational purposes only and for our enlightenment and enjoyment as we activate the neck portal. Woohoo! And this actually, it brings your back, starts bringing your spinal cord into alignment as well when you give a spiritual chiropractic adjustment to this neck portal. Now let's do the shoulders. Roll easy. Take your time, please. Take your time. Don't rush. If you feel any pain, just stop. Breathe deeper. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, inhale, exhale. And let's go forward, rolling the shoulders and the back. When you do your shoulder rhythmic galactic portal opening, you're actually doing back massage. Yes, yes. The muscles in the back are getting a little massage. And let's just do some swimming because that's my favorite sport is swimming. Swimming because this strengthens muscles in the back. Backstroke, 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 backstroke. Woo! I'm in the water. Energy, all this energy around us, we're swimming in it right now. Open up your heart. Let the spirit flow. So let's get on our backs. Let me make sure I can see you. All right, let's get on our backs. I'm in my beach house. I'm not in my usual floor today, but this is where you start your joint rolling in the bed. That's why I'm in the bed right now. Kick those legs up and rotate the ankles and the wrists to get the magnetic cosmic portals opening up and the self-existing planetary portals rolling, rolling, rolling. And let's reverse that. Go the other direction because we want everything to be evened out. Now this morning I had some pain in this ankle. I don't know why. But you know what you do when that happens? You start slapping and decongest that area because that for some reason I must have slept a certain way. And just start slapping that area and the pain goes away. Okay? So let's rub our hands together. Let's get the knees activated. The crystal lunar portals opening up. Rotating slowly. Take your time. Take your time. And let's reverse that. Again, pain shows up. Stop and take a deep breath and just tap that pain away. Tap that pain away. Breathing in, breathing in, breathing in. Breathing in. Now, if you have trouble rolling like this and rolling, then just point and flex. Bend the knees, straighten the legs, point and flex. That's what you do if you can't roll. You're still building circulation, your lymphatic system, your muscles, and your immune system. You're still movement. The key is movement. All right, just keep it moving. Now let's just get those elbows. Again, if you don't want to roll, just bend and flex. But I like to roll the elbows to get all those muscles covered in the elbows, reversing the direction, moving the direction. The elbows start feeling better, circulating, no pain in the elbows. Okay, now let's roll over. Love is secure. That's the message. So let's roll over and get that hip. Woo! Much needed hip movement, rolling around. See, you can't really do this when you're standing. So it's good to just lay on your side, roll around that leg and get all that blood is moving better in this area of the body. Reverse it. Reverse it and just roll. Keep on rolling. Healing coming in the groin area. You're going to hear a lot about that today. How things get messed up in our body and the sick care system makes it even worse. So let's just keep rolling. Keep rolling. Stay out of the hospitals. All right, let's flip over and let's get that other hip. The hips are the spectral electric portals, talking about connecting to our galaxies. That's what we're doing. You're actually in another dimension of sorts when you're rolling around your joints, and reverse that. Healing coming, because it's a renewal time. The hummingbird has shown its face, shown its wings. If you've ever seen videos of how fast those wings are fluttering in the hummingbird, it's amazing. When they show up in your life, you pay attention because they're a special, special creature. All right, let's now remember, if you can't roll your legs around, this is your alternative. Just first thing in the morning, kick those covers off and start the blood flowing by just lifting one leg at a time. I don't care if you can only lift this high. Just do what you can. Start easy, start slow, lifting. If you can't roll, just lift using the arm. Just start moving the body, praising the creator, praising the galaxy, giving praise and thanks to your creator for a new day. Just start moving, because once you come out of dream sleep, it's time to move, because you've been in a whole nother dimension in your dreams. Now, when you wake up to this third dimension, guess what? We're supposed to be moving. So bring the knees to the chest. Hug those knees. I love you. I love you. I love you. Got to send love to the body every day with your words. Breathe in. Massage your back. Breathe in. Massage your back. And roll over to one side and push up. Now, I'm not going to do the BBL exercise this morning. Well, I still can show that one. But let's just activate the vagus nerve, because that vagus nerve is so important that you got to give it love as often as you can. In fact, when you feel out of balance in your body, just place those hands in the back of your neck and squeeze and release. That releases so much tension, helps the blood flow down the spinal cord. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, breathe in, and out. Breathe in and out, and just give your shoulders a good patting, and then just go down the arms, pat underneath, get that lymphatic opening in under the arms, get that energized. Same thing, other arm, open up the lymphatic glands here. Your thymus gland is important for your immune system, sits right here in the middle of your chest. And don't forget your boobies, please, men and women. Give them some love, to soft pat, move around, massage those boobies, breasts. They give you nurturing love. You give back to your breasts. And then go around your navel. Important area here that we're going to talk about today, your navel area, where your colon sits. Very important area. There's a saying out there, it's been around for a long time, that says death begins in the colon. So we're going to talk about how to fix that, but more important, how to recognize when death is beginning in the colon. Okay? So we've tapped around there. Breathe in, breathe in. Now, for those of you who want to lift those gluteus maximus and you're looking for a plastic surgeon to do it, think again. Renew your mind. Again, the theme for 2025, at least for this month, is renewal. The hummingbird shut up. Because that is a risky procedure to have BBLs, Brazilian butt lifts, they call them. So here's my safer version of a butt lift, okay? On your hands and knees, stretch out that leg and lift. You're working the gluteus maximus right there. When you do this and hold it, you do at least 10 reps of this, 10 leg lifts on each leg 3 times. I would recommend you work your way up to maybe 25 or 30 if you can. And that's going to give you a better butt lift than the BBL, a safer butt lift. So please try that. And you can also stand against a wall. I don't have my wall here this time. And just raise that leg up. 10 or more times, 3 reps with each leg. Okay. And that's going to give you the biggest, not the biggest, the strongest but stronger butt muscles and a little lift. It's not going to be a great big lift like we see sometimes out there where you know that's not real. But I'm here to help you renew this month, especially because death begins in the colon. Now, if you don't understand what that means, it starts with basically, I would say, constipation. When you're not moving things out, health experts say you should have 3 bowel movements a day. Now that may or may not happen when you're a child. My grandchildren are seriously lacking in healthy bowel movements because sometimes they didn't have one all day and the next day. So we're working on that. But if you're not having 3 bowel movements a day, the experts say that's not normal if you're not having 3. But I say at least 1 a day, because depending on how much you're eating as well. If you're eating 3 meals a day, you should be having 3 bowel movements. That's the experts' advice. Now, the reality is most of us aren't doing that. But the other measurement is energy. Do you have energy to get up, do things, and not be tired every hour and breathe? Those are signs that death is beginning in the colon, when your bowel movements are not happening normally. And so then you want to stop and fix that. Pay attention. Because when you don't stop and fix it and you're just pushing laxatives through, then it can get worse. It can get worse. And that's what I've been dealing with for the last 7 days, helping a friend to renew all those things that have not been paid attention to as much as they should. And I'm having an amazing time learning about what we need to renew, how we need to renew. So when we come back, I'm going to play, first of all, an interview that was done with a man named Brigham Bueller. I think his name, Brigham Bueller. This man is a whistleblower for the whole sick care system, insurance companies, medical system, pharmacies. I'm going to just play a little piece of an interview that he gave that shows you just how corrupt this system is and why you need to focus on this one tea that I'm going to recommend, and this music that can help your inner kingdom work better and function like a symphony. There's a hint on the music. So we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we will go into this interview that was just amazing. I couldn't stop watching it. And it really demonstrates how bad the system is that many people depend on, that you should really be working this year to get out of it totally if you can. So we'll be right back after this message. I think this message doesn't want to play. Okay, we'll keep trying here. All right, we're going to have to play a different message, I think, because this one doesn't want to play. All right, we'll play a different message. Here we go.
The Female Solution Global Radio TV Show invites you to an invigorating, empowering, interactive conversation with our team of hosts Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Central Time. Start your week with Monday Morning Mindfulness with Zelda Speaks. Tuesdays, Gathering of the Griots with Asada. Wednesdays, Repairing Family Relationships with Naima and co-host Kareem Hamid. Thursdays, Veggie Brunch Live with Angela. Fridays, Health and Well-Being with Beata. Saturdays, tune in 12 noon to 2 p.m. Central Time. First Saturday, Global Talks with Zana. Second Saturday, Walk in Your Divine Authority with Mama Joy. Third Saturday, Move Around with Deborah. Fourth Saturday, be a judge on the virtual Teens, Tweens, and Tots Talent Contest. And fifth Saturday, join us on location as we conversate at the Elevate Cafe, owner Jackie Brooks. Sundays, join us 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Time for Soul Purpose Healing with Beata. Go to thefemalesolution.com to join us on our video or audio live streaming platforms. Listen at www.blogtalkradio.com/the-female-solution. Call in on the Blog Talk Radio Network 515-605-9325 or call in and comment on the On Air Radio Network 727-731-5192. We want to hear from you.
Yes, yes, yes. That's why I'm here. I want to hear from you. I'm sharing today all the amazing events that happened in my life just in the first days of the 2025 year. It's like been amazing. Big, big lesson. So I want to play a little bit for you this interview by the name of the guy by Tucker Carlson interviewed a guy who is like a huge whistleblower. I think he even confessed at the Senate. He testified at the Senate in front of our Senate, in front of our government recently. He's just making the rounds. But what he was saying was just, such a revelation about the corruption that you may have never even heard. It was like, and that's why I'm going to recommend a tea for you that will help you come out of that system. You won't need to be in it. If you're drinking this tea, more than likely, you may not need to go to that system. And the music that I'm going to really recommend and promote, it has been proven to kill those C cells that people worry about. So let's listen, first of all, to a little bit of this very revealing interview from this whistleblower who has worked in every aspect of the corrupt sick care system.
Okay, $100 a month. They didn't pay the 100, they paid 50. They tell the employer they paid the 100. At the end of the year, that employer is going to get hit with the cost going into the following year. All of those copays, deductibles, all that goes up. Then you, the patient, get hit. And so when they decide what drugs to put on a formulary, what drugs they're going to cover, it has nothing to do with the efficacy and what is best for the patient. It has everything to do with who gave them the biggest rebate. And they incentivize you to go to those drugs by lowering your copay and deductible on those drugs. So with opioids, they made it very easy to get an opioid because it was getting a rebate. But they made it very difficult to get a non-addictive product like a pain cream. And then eventually they just said, we won't cover pain creams at all. You're going to have to take an opioid. Then to go even deeper, that's just the prescription.
And this is what happened to your brother.
This is 100% what happened to my brother and what happened to millions and millions of Americans. And it's still happening to this day. And so I'll paint a picture for you. Imagine being a young kid with a spine issue and you're in pain. And this particular spine issue causes the sensation of burning and fire shooting into your hands, your feet, your extremities. And the worst of it all, a large percentage of these male patients with this spine issue experience burning and fire in their genitals. Fire and pain shooting into your genitals and extremities. In the insurance model with United Healthcare, you're going to have to go to a primary care first. That's going to take 2 months to get in with that primary care. You're dealing with this pain and suffering the whole time. Now you get in with the primary care. They go, whoa, got 6 minutes with you. This is out of my wheelhouse. I'm going to refer you to a specialist. You go to a specialist. That's going to take months. Oftentimes you have to argue with the insurance, right? Deny, delay, depose. You're going to argue with that insurance company, begging them to allow you to go to a specialist. Your primary care may even have to get on the phone and get a prior auth and negotiate it for you. Now you finally get in with a specialist. Specialist says, I want to order an MRI. A lot of times the insurance companies will deny the MRI or delay it. So now you've got a battle for that. That's going to be another 3 or 4 months. The gist of it is the average spine patient takes 6 to 9 months before they ever really even get an answer. And then they've got to negotiate to get into the surgery. And now you finally get the day in the sun where you're finally feeling like you're going to get relief and you're going to get that surgery that you desperately needed. But the whole time they've been selling you opioids to keep your pain level down because that's the only option you have. So now you get your approval and you say, I found the best surgeon in the country. I want to go to this guy. That's not how it works. The insurance company tells you who you're allowed to go see. And they say, yeah, he's not in our network. You've got to go to this other doctor. And then that doctor botches the surgery. It wasn't the surgeon you wanted. You waited 9 months to get this thing done, and that surgeon messes up your surgery. That's what happened to this kid, Luigi. That can you imagine how he could have lost his mind and gone crazy?
Yes.
And what's unfortunate is that's what's happening to millions and millions of Americans every day. What happened is terrible. It's tragic. Nobody has the right to play judge, jury, and executioner, but neither do the PBMs and the insurance companies. And that's what they're doing every day. They are monetizing and printing money on the backs of Americans, monetizing our chronic disease and illness.
So that is what just a smidget of what the sick care system, how they operate, total corruption, money. It's not about your health. So let's switch to friends who might be suffering from dis-ease, because again, as I said, death begins in the colon. When you have a colon that's not functioning with peristalsis, that's the muscle action that moves all that food out of your body. When that's not working properly, you can get what they call, there's all kinds of names they give the situation, the condition that the colon is starting to leak toxins into your bloodstream. And they got names for everything so they can give you a drug. So I'm not even going to name it. But basically what's happening is when you have what's called deep hurts or all other kinds of emotions, my phone over here, any type of emotion that is low frequency, low vibration, resentment, I don't love myself, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, anger, bitterness, unforgiveness, all those low frequency emotions will slow down the whole process of elimination. In other words, you're not letting go of the crap that's meant to go through the body and out. And that's emotions as well. So the colon gets stuck. And then what's not coming out, if it's just sitting there and not coming out, it starts to penetrate the walls. Leaky gut syndrome. I'll just throw that out. That's one of the names they give to the dis-ease or out of balance situation that occurs when your colon's not moving things out, your emotions, you're holding on to your emotions. And even in your outer life, your environment gets cluttered because you're not letting go. So the thoughts are feeding the colon, the food is congested, there's a blockage, and otherwise the highway is congested. There's a broken down car in there. It's not moving. So all the food is getting backed up. And so you are doing everything you can to move that stuff out, but the body is meant to do that work for you. There's a symphony going on in there. So when that doesn't happen, I've had the pleasure and the experience and the lessons to learn from those situations. Your energy goes down. What you eat's not coming out, so you have to take laxatives. And even that is not helping because, again, leaky gut syndrome, it starts to affect other parts of your body. The prostate, for instance, the bladder, the kidney, those three alone are affected by the lack of movement in the colon. Again, death begins in the colon. If stuff's not moving, it creates a ripple effect, a domino effect in other parts of the body. Now, it's not just the physical part, but the emotional, mental, thinking part is helping this dysfunction, this dis-ease development, because we have not been trained to practice emotional intelligence. That means staying in a calm, joyful, forgiving, high frequency level. Then these things don't happen in the body, because when your frequency and vibration is up high, the body works like a symphony. And as long as you are playing a symphony out here, then you're going to have everything on the inside in harmony. Homeostasis, they call it. Homeostasis is what you get when your body is working in harmony and flowing with love and joy and appreciation and exercise and movement. These are the things that will keep it going, keep it going. Now, Zelda says, Grand Rising, very grateful for colon cleansing. Yes, but the colon cleansing happens on more than one level because we can put in all kinds of herbs and do enemas. I did so many enemas. I had a lot of colonics too. I love those things where you sit on a table and someone puts a tube up your butt and rinses water in and out for about 20 minutes. I don't know, it takes, and you just sit there. And this woman was so good at it. She would give me a massage along my navel and the water. And then she had a tube that would show what was coming out. So I had a lot of bubbles, which she said I had a lot of gas coming out. And sometimes they'll see parasites coming out of there. I don't remember them telling me about that, but I always had a lot of gas coming out. So those colonics are a great, in my opinion, a great tool to help get that tube rinsed out when stuff has been in there too long. So Zelda says, I am grateful too for colon cleanses, but that's a maintenance practice. You don't do that every 10 years. No. With all the crappy food we got out there, you do that once a year, maybe, if you're not having regular bowel movements. This is the key. Death begins in the colon. If things aren't moving, death is starting to accumulate and manifest and multiply. And Zelda, our Monday morning host, says thoughts are feeding the colon. Who knew? Thanks for sharing. Yes. Your mind and your gut are connected. There's a brain-gut connection. That's the new, that's in my book as well. My new book that's coming out, my renewed book is coming out this month. The brain-gut connection is all about the microbiome, the trillions of microbes that live in that gut, that large intestines that are communicating to the brain. So if your thoughts are, I hate myself, I'm so stupid, I'm not worthy, guess who's listening? Down there. And then we might as well go to sleep. No action in this body. And then that's when things stop working, because your thoughts are not about life, they're about death. I don't like myself, I'm tired, I'm so stupid, I don't know why I'm here. Well, if you're living and breathing on planet Earth, you are a divine assignment and a purpose to do something great. That's what my thought is to you is, as long as you're here on planet Earth, breathing, eyes moving, bodies somewhat moving, you have a very important purpose here. The Creator doesn't make mistakes. Let's remember that. So we have been given plants to help us. And one of the most important plants, in fact, being here in my friend's place for the last week, I realized he has this plant, this tea in his cabinet. He's had it for over 20 years. So I had to dig this plant, this tea. It's a bulk tea. I had to bring it out and fix it. It's a process to prepare it because there's 4 ingredients in this tea. And I'm going to bring up the internet post that I found that teaches you about this particular tea that we're going to talk about, and the 4 ingredients in it that are so very, very important. If you don't know, it's called Essiac tea. And this is the truth. This post, let me see if I can blow it up a little bit for you. Let's see, get this highlighted here. Okay, that's about probably as big as I'm going to get it. It's called The Truth About Essiac Tea. Okay, maybe I can do this. I'm going to cover my face maybe because I want you to see. Okay, The Truth About Essiac Tea. This is an amazing, amazing combination of 4 herbs that have been around since 1920. And this post, you can Google it and find it. It's about Renee Cassie. Essiac is her name spelled backwards. And just to give you a little information about where I'm in my friend's place, and my friend has had some major challenges. The doctors even told him, maybe he needs to be in hospice, and because everything's not functioning properly. So I said, "Oh, I wish we had some SEAC tea." And he said, "Well, I have SEAC tea," because he's an herbalist. He's an herbalist. So he has all these herbs, and he had SEAC tea in his cabinet that's probably about 20 years old. And it's in bulk, and it's been in a package. But Renee Cassie, who formulated SEAC tea back in 1920s. She was a nurse, and this is just a review of who she is. You can go to the website, SEAC, the truth about SEAC. And she got this formula from an English woman, I guess, who met an old Indian medicine man in the 1890s who told her that he could cure his cancer with an herbal tea. So, long story short, a year later, Renee Cassie walks in, finds the retired doctor, and she starts putting together the main ingredients. Now, I want to just highlight the main ingredients. There's only 4. If you go looking for SEAC tea, if it's not these 4, it's not the original formula. You might get benefit from the ones that have been changed, but I'm telling you, these 4 are in the one that I'm using here in my friend's house, and we have had amazing results. I'll give you one. His legs were swollen a week ago from the knee down. They're now back to normal for the most part. A little bit of swelling around the ankles, but in the 3 or 4 days that he's been drinking this tea, the legs are not swelling. Other things are happening in his body. The bladder is starting to work better. The kidneys are starting. Well, the kidneys are improved when the swelling goes down. And all of these changes took place after about 3 days on SEAC tea. There's burdock root is the first ingredient. Burdock has always been known as a really good blood cleanser. Now, I used to, when I was in the health food store, for 10 years. That was my first training ground. I met hundreds of customers who became my patients because they came back and back again looking for help in the health food store. What kind of herbs should I take? What should I be eating? I was there to help them. I managed a store for about 4 or 5 years out of those 10 years. This tea was jumping off the shelves. Every time we had a customer come in who was being diagnosed with C, they were sick and tired of the system. They come to the health food store. What can I do? Here, drink this tea. They come back. Oh, I feel so much better. Burdock root, first ingredient. The Japanese grow burdock root for food as well as medicine. A memorandum from the World Health Organization revealed that burdock was active against HIV. Extracts of burdock seed have demonstrated potent anti-cancer action. So that was years ago. They tried to take SEAC off the market, and it has returned again as of 2024, late 25, in different forms. Okay, so burdock root, very important blood cleanser, and it dissolves. Burdock supports the bladder, kidney, and liver, and has been said to dissolve kidney stone. Now, that's what the claim is here on this website. I am not a doctor. I am not, this show is not intended to replace any advice you may be receiving from your medical professional, but we are educating ourselves on this site about SEAC tea, the one tea I recommend everybody put in their medicine cabinet and your kitchen cabinet, just in case and as a preventive. You don't need to drink it if you don't have any active diseases diagnosed or anything you're not struggling with, then you don't need to drink it every day. But I sure would say if the doctor tells you it's time for you to get your house in order, bring out the Essiac tea and start drinking it daily. And there are certain ones you have to prepare. Some are already prepared for you. You can go in or order even on Amazon. You can get it on Amazon. The original, they say, is on Amazon, but these four ingredients might be missing. So sheep sorrel is another very, very important part of this formula. And Renee Cassie isolated this as the main Essiac herb that caused regression of metastasized C and reduction of tumors. She used the whole herb, including sheep sorrel roots. Now, I went online, I just Googled sheep sorrel, and I looked at what are the benefits, what are the side effects. Now, one of the side effects they said was that people with kidney stones and kidney problems should not drink too much of this herb. So that's the only caution I saw about sheep sorrel. If you have kidney stones here, then you don't want to drink it in large quantities or free or for several days. But I would not let that stop me in taking this tea in to get rid of the symptoms or the side or the imbalances that are showing up in your body that need healing quickly, other than the chemo and radiation and all the other things they might recommend. The other ingredient is slippery elm. Very, very popular herb, pretty safe. It's the inner bark of the tree, well known for its soothing and healing properties. It reduces inflammation, urinary problems, been regarded as both food and medicine. And Dr. Moss, must have been a relative of mine because the Mosses are in my family, noted that slippery elm contains beta ciderol something or other. It has natural chemicals in it which have shown to be anti-cancer. Okay, and then last but not least, turkey rhubarb root. It looks like this is the one herb that they're removing from the original formulas today. If you check out uh root turkey, the ingredients in these products on Amazon and wherever you can find it. Health food stores might have the original. I would check your local health food store and make sure that these four ingredients are there. And if you go back to this show, if you didn't write that down, let me go over them one more time. Burdock root, sheep sorrel, slippery elm, and turkey rhubarb root are the original Essiac tea herbs. And there's also very good information on here. Numerous entrepreneurs have jumped on this bandwagon. Many people became confused about Essiac after visiting various websites with conflicting information. So just do your homework. But I'm just highly recommending this after, number one, many years in the health food store business where this product was helping lots of people. In my experience in the health, in 10 years of being in the health food store, we sold probably millions of dollars worth of Essiac tea. And I haven't brought it up till now because I'm in a personal experience here in my friend's home where I'm trying to help him. We're not trying, we are helping him get his body back in order. And it, as I said, in 3 days, miracles are happening. And I thank all my friends. I sent out prayers for my friend, and I know the prayers are helping. And just sending love energy and just being here and going to the beach, getting my energy up. Because really, when your friends are not doing well and they're struggling with their health, the best thing you can do is take care of yourself. And my sister was struggling with her breast cancer. I wasn't taking care of myself. I was just busy trying to help her. And then I became totally drained. But I had 2 days on the beach, sex on the beach, spiritual energy exchange on the beach, which renewed me in every way. Seeing the sun come up again, as I keep saying, is just orgasmic for me. And I just, 2 days of that, I'm refreshed, renewed. And I'm probably going home tomorrow because my friend is doing so much better. Thank you, all of you, for your prayers and your concerns. And so we can move to music now. And this is another thing my friend and I did that I think changed even his attitude, his whole personality. He woke up when we started looking at music, because the music, someone sent me a Facebook post. Thank you, Facebook friends. I get some really fabulous information on Facebook. How Beethoven's Fifth Symphony has been shown to just kill cancer cells. Now, this is a post. You can do your own research. Please do your own research. But when I saw that, I'm like, oh, I love Chevalier. If you didn't see the movie Chevalier about a melanin man back in the day who was a violinist who composed beautiful music. In fact, I want to play Chevalier for you because that's my favorite classical piece. One of my favorite classicals is from Chevalier, or Chevalier, as some would say, a melanin man who composed music just as much as Beethoven and Mozart. So let me see if you can hear this when I play. Because what is happening when you play classical music, symphony music, it's mirroring your body. I hope you can hear that. This is Chevalier playing. How does that feel to you? Well, what's going on with that and things like Beethoven's Fifth Symphony and Mozart? We were listening to a number of classical symphony type music. This is what's going on inside your body. An orchestra is playing inside your body because this is the kingdom inside. This is the rhythm of the kingdom inside of you. So I'm not surprised that research is showing when you're listening to classical music like this, where there's a full orchestra, it mirrors the rhythm of the kingdom inside of you. So Beethoven's Fifth Symphony, let me see if I can play that. I hope you can hear this. You've heard this before. It's nothing new. This is what the research shows kills cancer cells. And what's happening with your body is hearing homeostasis. When your body is in perfect harmony, homeostasis, the digestive system is working well, the organs are working well, they're all together, they're all singing, they're all playing a symphony. And you have all this energy. That's what the vibration is in your body, is a symphony. So the T for the year is ESSEAC T because of those four ancient, and not ancient, but antique ingredients, old proven ingredients. Let me say that ESSEAC T has proven ingredients, four ingredients that have worked. And I saw them work for 10 years. Every person coming in with cancer, here, drink this, drink this. They come back, their faces glowing, they're shining. Now, some of them who didn't, I believe those who didn't get help from the ESSEAC T, the deep hurt didn't get healed. Because what I have been working with here with my friend is trapped emotions. Trapped emotions. I am becoming an expert in the C problem, the cancer problem. Becoming an expert, but I'm not a doctor, so don't think I'm going to prescribe or do. But I've studied it for so long, 20 years now, from the time my sister gave me that lesson to now, where I'm working with someone who has multiple problems in their body, from the colon, death starting in the colon, and the final analysis to whether someone is going to be brought back to life with SEACT or Beethoven's Fifth or Chevalier's concert, is that the emotion, the trapped emotions, have to be let go of in the nervous system. If you had a childhood where you were abused physically, verbally, those are trapped emotions of maybe anger, grief, unhappy, sadness. And if you live a whole life and you don't let go of those energies in motion that started when you were an abused child, and then you move into your adult life, and let's just say you go to war, and your soul is damaged from war. Every person who goes to Vietnam or World War II, World War I, that's a damaged soul. If you were in combat, your soul's damaged because you're out there with a gun trying to take lives. You have a damaged soul. So that emotion itself creates PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. And let's just say you were on the plantation. You spent some time on the plantation picking cotton. Now there's a lot of anger there, resentment. Time to let it go, because guess who's going to be affected in here? The colon. The colon is the portal, the tube for ushering out all the bad stuff that you don't need. That's what it's for. The colon is there to, whoops, time to go. You process the food in the mouth with enzymes too slowly in the mouth to get the, then it goes down the pad, the portal of the throat and the tube down here to the stomach, where it gets, the stomach actually starts separating what you do need and what you don't need. And then it keeps going down the tube, down the portal. Da, 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 da. If the symphony is playing, if the symphony is not interrupted by your emotions, then it da, goes down through the liver. The liver processes all, filters out all the gunk. The bloodstreams work in the circulation, and then it gets to the valve, the on the right, where that opens and closes and gets rid of all the stuff in the colon that you don't need. So when your colon gets clogged, you're holding on to stuff you don't need, and it goes against the symphony. The symphony sound, it slows down. Now, I had my friend, I have to mention this, my friend Kwame Sunhorse. Most of you may know him because he's on this show often. I don't see him in the studio. Okay, so Kwame, when I sent Kwame a message about Beethoven's Fifth Symphony has been shown to kill cancer cells, he sent me an article about how hip hop music is therapy for many youth. And I thought, wow, that's interesting. So what came out of his perspective is that, well, yeah, Beethoven may help kill cancer cells, but hip hop is therapy for today's youth. No doubt about it. But the point is, they're creating poetry and putting it to music. They're not in a disease state. They're not in a disease. These people with hip hop mentality, poetry, creators, yes, I think that's one of the best therapies you can offer the younger generation, is to write poetry and put it to music. That's what they need. We don't have a lot of youth running around with cancer or the C, but it's happening more and more youth. I did a show, I think last week, where I showed you how cancer is showing up in more young people lately. So I'm going to give you the formula for the younger generation. Here's your therapy, your prescription to heal whatever's going wrong with you. Number one, start writing poetry. They call that journaling for some. Start writing poetry. Get it out, whatever it is. That's what hip hop and rap is all about, getting out all those frustrations, getting all those stuffed emotions, crammed emotions that get stuck in your nervous system and create the cancer. Now, if you are a younger generation and you have been diagnosed with cancer, SEACT. Try it. 4 ingredients that have worked, in my opinion, my experience. I had people 10 years of SEACT. Wow, you've changed. Look at you. And then the music, listening, not just writing hip hop music, not just writing poetry and creating your own music, but also listening. One of my biggest lessons being in Blog Talk Radio for the last 11 years is not only have I learned to communicate better, to express what my experience and what's going on, but I've become a better listener, I'm told. I learned how to listen. Because you don't invite people to come in and talk and listen to you, and you don't want to listen to them. And so I'm so grateful for Blog Talk Radio the last 11 years that have taught me, if you want to hear from people, you got to stop talking. So do you have any comments, questions? I'm ready to listen. Anybody? Okay, let me check. Blog Talk Studio, no hands. If you have a question or comment, press 1 because we're at the top of the hour. But I do have comments from, okay, what did I saw a hand up. Okay, there's a hand up. I'm ready to listen. Let me see who's that. Oh, that's my executive producer, Naima Latif. Your hand is up. Welcome, my sister, and thank you for calling in.
Yes, well, thank you for sharing such vital information. I think I probably also wrote it down as well as a comment. But I have friends who are suffering from cancer, and I try to share with them that it's the stress from repressed anger that triggers cancer in a lot of young people, because we're seeing more young people, like you said, with cancer. They're feeling frustration. They're angry. They're being treated badly because, unfortunately, we as adults don't know that this isn't how you treat a child. You don't talk to them like they're not worthy of respect or consideration. You don't make them feel bad all the time just because they exist. You don't shush them or keep them from speaking or punish them when they tell you the truth about how they feel, or just make their lives miserable because that's how we were raised. You don't have any rights as a human being. What I tell you, and so our children are very angry and frustrated and stressed because a lot of them don't have loving home environments to balance out the stress of the society. So they get sick, and cancer is one of those things that develops as a result of prolonged negative energy directed at the cells in our bodies from thoughts.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing this.
Yeah, absolutely right. And in addition to that, between 2019 and I'd say 2020, 2022, and moving forward, we were convinced that something in the sick care system was safe and effective. You got to get yours. It's safe and effective. It's going to protect you from the virus. Yeah, you got to get yours. And that has created what they call turbo cancers. I remember a friend of mine from high school in it must have been 2021 because it's been a while. She developed, after years of putting up with a crazy husband who died and eventually died, and then a granddaughter who was crazy and messing up, she developed breast cancer all of a sudden and died within 2 months. It's like, what? So I realized even then, and she had the jab, the safe and effective treatment, and she was gone in no time. So I realize now that people who are being diagnosed with the C, if they did have the jab, that may be one of the major reasons they're struggling now with the big C. That's a reality that's showing up too much, and it's growing, unfortunately. And then Zelda says colon symphony. Love it. Yes. Let's everybody get your colon symphony in every day with some good classical music. that represents an orchestra of musicians coming together, which is what your colon is. I mean, what your whole body is doing is playing a symphony. And then we have a comment here from Mama AZ. Your mic is open. Welcome and thank you for joining us.
Thank you, family. Dr. Z, you never cease to amaze me. What's the energy date? And greetings, Dr. Latif, Sister Zelda.
4. We're January. If you mean the number, January 3rd, 2025 is the number 4, and we're in a 9 years, so we can add all that together. But it's the number 4.
That's interesting. Brother Harris, what's the 4? Well, what I do know, the 4 is thinking out of the box.
Yes.
It's
Creative.
not only foundation.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Being creative. Think that not they can't pinpoint you. They can't label you if you don't allow them. And Dr. V, you never cease to amaze me. My friend, I used to have a moped, and he had a motorcycle shop in Thomasville, North Carolina. And I would have to go to him to get my moped up to par. And he would play Beethoven, Bach, and he would say, Lee, you'll feel better if you listen to this. And so he got me in the mood of listening. Even when he left the planet, I was still listening. And you just reminded me, Dr. Z, I can understand and understand how some of my activities I was able to master. Because when I was cleaning my campground and those kinds of things, moving mulch and digging pits 9 feet deep, I was listening to Bach along with other things. I was listening to Beethoven. And I'm like, whoa, Dr. V, you just reminded me. So I'm going to start listening to that again. And that herb, my mother swore by that. She had cirrhosis of the liver, family, from, alcohol. And she tried to save herself. And things that she did, herb-wise, she introduced me to Edgar Casey and his healings, and Mama gave me books, and she didn't. Anyway, she did a lot of that, and that Essiac tea. Oh my God! So to me, Dr. V, that's like the universe is reminding me, and I'm not going to say all of this on the air. You and I, we have to have a reasoning, because that video that you shared, that little podcast thing about the sister, we just had that reasoning yesterday with my social worker and my caregiver. And I'm very upset because they're not listening. Well, Paris, maybe if you take this pill, I said, I'm not going to say what I said to them yesterday. I said, are you crazy? I already take enough junk. So, Dr. V, you and I, Dr. Latif, and Sister Zelda, we're going to have a reasoning, because I'm ready to go to another level, and you just solidified it today with your show. And I give thanks to you, Dr. Latif, for even having the function to have this platform, my sister. That's all I can say right now.
And like I said in the beginning, the hummingbird showed up, Mama AZ, to remind us about renewal in the sense of the mind and our health and our success. This is a year, I believe, since that bird showed up on, I think it was on New Year's Day. Actually, I was out there. So it's a return, renewal, remind, refresh our memory as to what is going to prosper us in this year. It's not going to be money. Let me tell you that. It ain't gonna be money. That's not. We should take our eyes off making more money, more money, more money. That's what most people are doing on social media. I gotta make more money. Everybody's marketing something. I just get tired of it. That's why I turn my phone off and I don't want to hear any more marketing. It's renewing our thinking about the simple things, SCACT, symphony. And that's why I realized when I was going through a challenging marriage, the end of my marriage, Yanni was my therapy, my medicine. And Yanni, for those of you who don't listen to Yanni, he brings in a jazzy flavor with a symphony orchestra. I mean, this man would have, he went to China and India and took the whole London Symphony with him. And that CD alone probably has sold millions, and it's on YouTube. And I still listen to Yanni because he brings the energy.
I still have Yanni, Dr. B.
Yeah.
I still have Yanni in my old CDs. I still have Yanni.
And
so,
yeah.
Yes, family.
I had so much peace in that at the end of that marriage that even my husband and I went through the smoothest divorce you could ever imagine. I got mine, he got his. We were going, bye, love you. And Yanni was with me all the way because that frequency, that energy of us orchestra and symphony coming together, harmonizing, beautiful music, not a lot of singing at the time. I didn't need the singing as much, but I went to other songs. But I'm telling you, if you're going through something major, challenging, whatever, put on Yanni, Chevalier, the whole motion picture symphony is online. You can get it on YouTube. Beethoven, Mozart, any of those, you're gonna be your body, your kingdom within is gonna be lifted up, and then it's up to you to get rid of, let go of all those emotions of sadness, of grief, of unforgiveness, of fear. Fear is the worst because the fear is we're killing people. That's what fear was, the major energy during COVID that sent people to the grave, in my opinion. Because if you had a comorbidity in 2020, 21, and comorbidities were like either cancer, high blood pressure, stroke, all those. If you had any of those, when they started the COVID campaign of fear, you were in the grave. That's why most people die, in my opinion. So let us renew our thinking in 2025 to use simple, free things like music, symphony music. That's free everywhere, anywhere you can get symphony music. Play it when you need it, and then go back to your rap or hip hop, whatever you like. But if you don't need to be listening to hip hop and rap, if your body's in a weak, dying state, sorry, it's not going to help you. But if you create your own, that might help you get out and create your own hip hop music with upbeat, live, with good words, enlightening words, powerful words. That might heal whatever you got going on, because we are meant to be creators, and we are goddesses and gods with amnesia at this point. So thank you all. Let me see. I'll check my Blog Talk Studio. No more hands up. Thank you, Naima Latif, and thank you, Mama AZ, for your beautiful words of encouragement and reminders for every one of us to stay focused. We got work to do this year. That first video I played, that guy wake us up to the crooked, evil system they call healthcare system in the United States. And we have some of the worst health problems in any country in the world. So let's wake up and tune in tomorrow with the Female Solution. We're going to bring you more light, more wisdom, and more truth. That's what we're about. Blog Talk may be going away. Blog Talk might be going away. Oh, we got some note before I play at my ending. Zelda says, remind us not to use aluminum pots to make SCACT. Exactly. Only stainless steel or ceramic. I saw a video. There's a few videos on YouTube on how to make it, but usually if you buy the bulk, if you can get the bulk, that comes with instructions. Yeah, please, no aluminum, only stainless steel, no aluminum pots. Yes, thank you, Zelda, for that reminder. It was a process making it, but I think it's because when you boil it and let it sit for 6 hours and then you boil it again and you do straining and all that, you're getting a perfect substance that has been curated and processed to bring you the best out of those four plants from nature, plants from our creator, to heal the kingdom within. So everybody go out now and get some sun, and if you're on the beach, maybe you can have some sex on the beach. But either way, let's all remember that we are gods and goddesses with amnesia, and it's time for us to wake up and heal our.
We've come to the end of our show today. If you missed any broadcasts, go to our website for the audio and video archives at www.thefemalesolution.com. On behalf of our team of radio hosts, I'd like to thank all of you who participated in today's discussions. And to our global family joining us from all around the world, we say thank you. To our family in China, xie xie. India, Dhanyavad. Japan, arigato. Korea, kamsamnida. Russia, spasiba. Germany, danke. Poland, dziękuję. France, merci. Spain, gracias. Italy, grazie. Egypt, shukran. Ghana, madasi. Nigeria, eshe. South Africa, ngiyabonga. Senegal, jaref. Kenya, asante. Israel, toda. Pakistan, shukriya. Afghanistan, tashakur. Saudi Arabia and Palestine, shukran. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you, and may peace be upon you and the mercy of God and God's blessings.
And to all my yogi friends out there, namaste and sadnam. Mwah, love you. And of course, Hawaii, it's always in my prayers, sending lots of good energy to my favorite vacation spot of all time, Maui, Lahaina. You got this. Love you. Stand strong. Don't let them beat you down. Take back your land. We're taking back our land, starting with this temple right here. Shalom.